Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market, but I'm going to touch on the S&P and the NASDAQ too, potentially one or the other or both. Why? Well, you probably might be saying, especially if you're new here, why does this guy keep going over the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ? Well, if we're going to be trending up and to the right, that means Bitcoin is going to go up and to the right. I'm not saying 100% correlated because as in the case of right now, the S&P 500 can go up while Bitcoin goes down. But it's the trend you want to make sure because the trend is your friend. So if you're a Bitcoin, the trend is your friend. As long as it's on my screen is going up and to the right. And I can go over this too, guys, with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, even though the message on the street out there in the market, not the markets, but on the street right there, CT, FinTwit, Zero Hedge, laundry list of things go on and on and on and on, right? Well, the narrative is there's the coming 1929 style crash being set up for it. All right, guys. So you be careful of that. Okay. Should know by now that they've since the beginning of 2023 and the end of 2022, right around there, they have been wrong. It's been a colossal failure, guys. I think some of these bears are really, really mentally disturbed. Especially the ones where, say, the NASDAQ and Bitcoin and the S&P 500 bottom in October, November of 22. And some of them, what have they been doing? Every pump, throw in a short. Okay. And put it on publicly, man. Like, put it on publicly. So, don't you see what's going on here, guys? I mean, look at Capo. Capo crawled under his rock. Guys. Even that guy. So I think that's going to continue to go on. I think it's going to continue to go on. Now, I'm not saying these things are going to be doing moonshots or anything like that. I think it's going to continue to trend up and to the right. Where is this going to end? Good question. I'm looking at September, October, and a minimum up and to the right for the NASDAQ. And if you could believe it, maybe even to 2024. Guys, think about this. Do you realize this could be maybe not even a new bull trend? It could be in a corrective bounce that goes on for 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's up and to the right. So that means that Bitcoin, going over to Bitcoin, right? Here's the S&P 500. That's a pretty looking chart too, guys. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. So I won't go into depth in that, guys. I mean, I rest my case. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's up and to the right, guys, for a period of time. I'm really looking at targets right now for the S&P 500 going into the rest of the year. Probably about 4,500 is realistic. Could we see 46, 47, which is near all-time highs? Yep, you heard it here first. Okay, so that is a possibility, but I think it's going to just be a grind up in that area. So what does that mean for Bitcoin? Here's Bitcoin on a monthly chart. And I mean, you tell me, let's look at that realistically, starting from right here, right in that area. What does that look like? Does that look bearish? Does that look bullish? I mean, realistically, without using any biases, go look at it like a 5-year-old child will look at that. Like, you ask your kid to look at this chart, okay? And you say, son, what does this look like to you? Like, well, daddy, it looks like it wants to go up. It's like, come on, like, look at it. That's how I'm looking at it, guys. So here's the thing with Bitcoin. My targets, I'm going to go over my top end targets with Bitcoin right now. So it stands right now, my top end targets for Bitcoin. It's going to depend on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 when they peak out too, guys. So that, this is really good speculative. But I think the realistic targets for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be probably 50, 54-ish, 55K-ish, and maybe it's up to near all-time highs, so 60 to 65, with maybe wicks a little bit higher, something like that. I think it's going to be pretty realistic, guys, for this wave, and then boom, another one up, and then maybe correction, another one up, like that is what I'm guessing. On the monthly chart, there's a massive supply zone sitting right at 37 to 48. And this is definitely right here. This right here definitely is going to be a zone, guys, that Bitcoin is going to hit its head on if it gets up there. If and when it gets up there, okay? So it's in a correction in this area, and I think it's going to get up to that area too. So on the monthly chart, I have the moving averages on there too. You can see this is probably going to come up pretty aggressively here over the next month. So you'll see this go here and here. Wouldn't be surprised to see the monthly candles come down and rest on that nine simple moving average, guys. Kind of like it did right here. You see that? Boom. Okay. Now, I'm not saying this is going to go on. I don't suspect anything like that is going to go on. Okay. However, you know, if I'm wrong, so let's say that I'm wrong and you do get this, well, you're on the right side of the trade because, in my opinion, this is a corrective move down and you'll be on the right side of the trade going into the future and not the wrong side of the trade going this way, guys. Okay. You know, the bears are like, oh, let's layer into their shorts. That's not going so well with them right now, guys. You know, like even people that have gone long. I mean, the longs, the people that down here got into Bitcoin onto the long side, they're winning. You know, so now the bears are like, oh, that's throwing their shorts here at 30. Maybe they got in 29K, something like that, depending on their strategy. But like the ones I've been seeing is this long-term strategy of going down to 10K and to make all these gains. I don't see that happening, guys. They need to take a look at the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ instead of just this chart because those signals over there are not saying that's going to be happening. Now, the other thing is, too, I would put this out here, too. You know, look here, the Russell 2000, guys. I mean, it's, you know, it's starting to come around. So you have those other stocks, right? It's the same thing as the NASDAQ, right? So I was over here. Let me go over the NASDAQ real quick. I'll show you on a weekly chart that the NASDAQ in this section, remember this NASDAQ in this section? And I was talking about this whole thing right here. And the NASDAQ was tough to get off the ground right in that area. Well, what was going on in this area of the NASDAQ is the big tech stocks were bottoming out. Facebook went down, boom. I said to buy it. Netflix, boom, you know, all the way down. Tesla, boom, went down. Some other ones too. Microsoft, boom, went down. And they're all in there forming their bottom. And I said over the video over the whole time, October to December 22, I said, hey, guys, all these big tech stocks are bottoming out. Pretty soon, they're probably going to start rolling on up, just like they did. Okay? So with that, now here's another situation. And we got Russell 2000, and it's coming around, right? So the Russell 2000 has all the bank stocks in it. What's been happening to them? Same thing. Think about that, right? They're all the way down at the bottom. Boom. Like a rock, right? Like a rock. So what's going to happen? Oh, they're going to start recovering, kind of like those tech stocks. What's going to happen over here? Russell 2000 start going up and to the right a little bit for the next few months, you know, 2, 3, 4 months. So what does that mean? Well, those start going up. So that means what? SP 500 too. You see how it works, right? Yeah, look at the price action. What's the price? What are those other stocks doing? Not what the media is telling you. Liquidity crisis coming, right? The bears saying that liquidity crisis coming. And what the new narrative is right now for the bears is this. They're going to sell these treasuries, and these institutional investors are going to sell their Bitcoin. This is a joke now. Don't take it serious, okay? Okay, this is just a joke part. They're going to sell all their Bitcoin. They're going to sell their Tesla stock. They're going to sell their Facebook. They're going to sell NVIDIA. They're going to sell all their stocks, and they're going to go buy some treasuries at 4% interest, okay? That's the new narrative. I have sneaky suspicion that narrative ain't going to work out too well. Like they're good. Like not only are these guys reading charts, man, they're like predicting the future, like news events and stuff like that. Like these guys, man, are getting out of their mind. They're some sick dudes, man. They're sick dudes. Like these guys, man, they're like miniature, like Kramers, man. These guys are like little miniature Kramers running around, man. So here's Bitcoin. I think it's going to be coming down, guys, like end of June, middle of July. I'm looking for that time frame for Bitcoin to suss itself out in this area and be making a trend up in that area. So these are going to be the, let me go to a weekly chart on Bitcoin, and I'll show you guys, you know, the areas for Bitcoin is going to be this, you see this dark out area. It's, you can't really see it probably, okay? So that's really a good demand zone for Bitcoin down there, about 25,000, maybe 24,000. Here's the 40 period moving average is going to get down there. It very well could, guys. I mean, that's still a bullish signal, when you have the 9 and the 21 on the weekly and the 40, and they're kind of going like that, right? So here's that one go like that, and this will come down a little bit, maybe go like that. That's still, if they come down to this area, like right there, that's 23,000. That's still a bullish signal. It gets out of there, that's still a bullish signal, guys. It's taking its time. So it's a time thing right now. So Bitcoin went through a period of 140 days into an uptrend, and now it's taking, it's burning up the time to make the time over here congruent, if you will, with the time over here. So it's just patient waiting game, guys. Okay. I know everybody wants to continue to moonshot, but these sideways deals, man, they wear people out. That sideways deals with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because all the hype in crypto, right? That's why all the other coins go up during the hype cycles, right? Even the ones like dead chains. I looked into Algorand, man. That's a dead chain, man. Nothing going on over there. Hey, on their website, we're doing all these deals and stuff. I'm like, who the heck is using your chain, man? Like, get some people to like it, man. The cryptocurrency market, man, I'll tell you what they need to do. They need to take the philosophy of Google. What did Google always say? Now, I don't agree with all their everything going on, but there's a couple key things that made them successful. They're like, for the users, we want them to come over to these areas. Where are they hanging out? If they like to go hang out over there, you're doing a good job on the internet or whatever you're doing, your website and things like that. Crypto needs to start thinking like that, guys. What's good for the users, okay? I know it's got a ways to go. I know it has a ways to go, but whoever's going to be doing that is going to be the winner. I'm telling you right now, whoever's going to be doing it, where people like to hang out on chain, play games, do this, do that, they're going to be the winner. And so far with Algorand, they need to get their stuff together, okay? They need to get their stuff together, all right? Now, I'm not saying Algorand can't pump. It's a hype cycle, guys. That's why the coins that don't have like dead chains and during the bull run and during the hype cycle, they all go up, okay? They all go up because it's a hype cycle. Crypto's still hype. It's still a hype thing, guys. So it's going to go up. Yeah, you could buy the bottom, 15 cents on Algorand, and then probably eventually, it's going to have a serious pump when everything else is going up because it's a hype cycle, guys. So that's all I'm looking at that. But the thing is, are you going to get more X's in Algorand, or are you going to get more X's in, say, maybe Phantom? Like Phantom's pretty good chain too, guys. Why do I like Phantom? People go over there and hang out. They go hang out on Spooky Swap and do trades and all this other stuff, right? Over there in Algorand, don't hear too much about that. Oh, yeah, let's go hang out over here, man. Total value lock, do this. They got a little bit and stuff going on, but that's just my take on it, guys. I know I'm rambling on about that, but that's the reality of it. You could go in Algorand and look at it and say, yeah, it looks like a good project, has some decent things going on. But, at the end of the day, the users are saying it's not so great. Think about that. Anyway, Bitcoin could come down to this area. And then, like I said, guys, top end targets for Bitcoin for, in my case, over the, I don't know. It's going to be hard to say the time, how long it's going to take to get Bitcoin up there. I'm kind of hoping by the end of the year, but I don't think it's going to do it now. It seems like it's going to take its time. Maybe in 2024, man, Bitcoin's going to hit, I'm looking at these areas, the 47 to 48 first. So here's Bitcoin right here. It came up here, grabbed this supply. Okay, came up and grabbed that supply. It's got to come down and get this demand. Can it get down to the 19, 20K and get this demand? It very well could. It very well could. So you want to be aware of that. So that it's probably going to whiz through this fair value gap on the CME futures chart right there at 35.9. There's a gap right around that area, 34.9. There's a gap. Gets up and over that, then definitely this target up here for 48,000 and this massive supply zone will probably hit its head on there too, guys. And then I'm looking at this other 52, and certainly this is going to be a zone right here with Bitcoin too. There at 62K, guys. So I'm looking at that after it gets done in this area, probably going into July. So looks like Bitcoin likes to hold this pattern of going down in June and July typically. Well, yeah, I can't really say that. It's kind of like 50-50, I think, if you look at the history of Bitcoin. But as of recently, it's looking like it wants to go down during the summer months, and then around July, end of July, and going into August, September, October, things start rolling again is what I'm expecting, guys. So same thing with Ethereum, except I made a case about how I think Ethereum is stronger, and I really do believe that, guys. That I think Ethereum is stronger, just looking at the moving averages on the weekly and it's going to have a little bit of a struggle up into these areas, getting up there to 24, 22, 24 in this massive supply zone that I have up there. But if it gets up above this supply zone, as I mentioned before, and it can break that, it's going to be it's probably going to just be an easy shot right up there to 54, 53, 5,400 for Ethereum. And I think it's in this pattern right here, guys. That pattern, just like so, and it's going to be going up like boom, like that. Okay. And that's going to be good for the altcoins. ETH BTC chart, it's still hanging out in that area doing a test. Don't think it's going to be busting out anytime soon, but I think you may have I'm paying attention to this one. This one's a little bit tricky here. And this one I'm checking out. It doesn't seem like it wants to come all the way, do a drop back down to this area, but there seems like sometime in the future that this is going to break out of this trend and then start making a move over here, guys. And there's a good shot that you might have a move similar to what you did over here in June of 22, and it made a move up there, and it's coming through this pattern, just like so, maybe back down, and then you might have another one of those, just like that is what I'll be checking out, guys. It's kind of lining up for that, but it's definitely taking its time to start making moves out of there, guys, for Ethereum on the ETH BTC chart. And then on Bitcoin dominance chart, a lot of people are kind of suspecting that this is going to come down and make a massive move up to 54, 57, even 70. I don't know about that one, guys. I do not know about that one. To me, it seems like this is a serious peak. Here's the top up here, okay? This massive resistance, and it came and tagged it to the nose, almost to like exact percentage right there, and rejected off of it. So there's a good shot that could have been the peak. That could have been the peak, guys. So I'm just paying attention to that, see what's going to be going on. I think there's a really, really good shot that I think Ethereum is going to outshine Bitcoin, if you will. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is just going to be, not doing anything, but it'll go up. But I think Ethereum is really going to start rolling out of there. The narrative behind that is kind of set up because Ethereum has it's deflationary. People keep staking it, and it's holding on well to its price. It's holding on well to its price. I'm not getting too much of a drop in Ethereum, guys. Like maybe 1650, 1640-ish, 1660-ish or something like that. This 9 moving average and the 200 period moving average right in that area. Maybe a wick through there. This is a serious demand zone that could come down and touch, which the top of that is 1677. I kind of would expect Ethereum to come down there and have a wick right down to 1684, 1677, and then kind of go this way. But for the time being, it seems like it just wants to hang out in this area and kind of just trend sideways too. So remains to be seen, which will be good for the altcoins if Ethereum can start taking off, guys. All right. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.